I made the decision to sell the company with Star Wars. I made that decision because I looked at the future.
George Lucas is an American film director, screenwriter, producer, and entrepreneur. He is widely regarded as one of the most commercially successful filmmakers in the American film industry. He then went on to make some of the most successful films in Hollywood. He is known for creating the famous Star Wars franchise and the legendary character Indiana Jones. He is also the founder of Lucasfilms, film and television production company, which he later sold to the Walt Disney Company. Apart from being a filmmaker, he is also a philanthropist and founder of the George Lucas Educational Foundation.
I wanted to make experimental films. So my life was going on a different track. I noticed the last few movies that I'd made were costing the company a lot of money.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Net Worth Now, where you get to see the lifestyle and net worth of your favorite celebrities. We hope you enjoy these videos, and if you do, please remember to hit the like button and comment below who your favorite celebrity is so we can feature them in an upcoming video.
His full name is George Walton Lucas Jr., also known as Luke. He was born on May 14, 1944, Modesto, California, United States, making him 77 years old at the time of this production. He stands at 5 feet 6 inches, or 168 centimeters tall. Lucas is a major collector of the American illustrator and painter Norman Rockwell. A collection of 57 Rockwell paintings and drawings owned by Lucas and fellow Rockwell collector and film director Steven Spielberg were displayed at the Smithsonian American Art Museum from July 2, 2010 to January 2, 2011 in an exhibition titled Telling Stories. Lucas has said that he is a fan of Seth MacFarlane's hit TV show Family Guy. MacFarlane has said that Lucasfilms was extremely helpful when the Family Guy crew wanted to parody their works. Lucas supported Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton in the run-up for the 2016 U.S. presidential election. In 1969, Lucas married film editor Marcia Lou Griffin, who went on to win an Academy Award for her editing work on the original Star Wars film. They adopted a daughter, Amanda Lucas, in 1981 and divorced in 1983. Lucas subsequently adopted 2 more children as a single parent, daughter Katie Lucas, born in 1988, and son Jet Lucas, born in 1993. His 3 eldest children all appeared in the 3 Star Wars prequels, as did Lucas himself. Following his divorce, Lucas was in a relationship with singer Linda Ronstadt in the 1980s. Lucas began dating Melody Hobson, president of Ariel Investments and chair of DreamWorks Animation, in 2006. Lucas and Hobson announced their engagement in January 2013 and married on June 22, 2013, at Lucas Skywalker Ranch in Marin County, California. They have 1 daughter together, born via gestational carrier in August 2013.
People that work there or the company, and so I had made a decision to move ahead on the next Star Wars series, and we were starting to do that.
Lucas was born to Dorothy Eleanor Lucas and George Walton Lucas Sr. He was interested in comics and science fiction, including television programs such as the Flash Gordon serials. Long before Lucas began making films, he yearned to be a race car driver and spent most of his high school years racing on the underground circuit at fairgrounds and hanging out at garages. On June 12, 1962, a few days before his high school graduation, Lucas was driving his souped-up Auto Bianchi Bianchina when another driver broadsided him, flipping his car several times before it crashed into a tree. Lucas's seatbelt had snapped, ejecting him and thereby saving his life. However, his lungs got bruised from the severe hemorrhaging, and he required emergency medical treatment. This incident caused him to lose interest in racing as a career and inspired him to pursue his other interests. Lucas's father owned a stationery store and had wanted George to work for him when he turned 18. Lucas had been planning to go to art school and declared upon leaving home that he would be a millionaire by the age 30. He attended Modesto Junior College, where he studied anthropology, sociology, and literature, among other subjects. He also began shooting with an 8mm camera, including filming car races. At this time, Lucas and his friend John Plummer became interested in canyon cinema. At Plummer's recommendation, Lucas transferred to the University of Southern California, USC, School of Cinematic Arts. In 1973, he co-wrote and directed a film titled American Graffiti, which was a coming-of-age film. The film was critically acclaimed and earned an Academy Award nomination. In 1977, he wrote and directed the American epic space opera film Star Wars, Episode IV, A New Hope. The following year, he was one of the creators and executive producers of the TV show Star Wars Holiday Special. In 1979, he produced and co-wrote the comedy-drama film More American Graffiti. The next year, he served as the executive producer of Star Wars Episode V, The Empire Strikes Back. In 1981, he co-wrote and produced the fantasy adventure film Raiders of the Lost Ark, also known as Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. In 1983, he co-wrote the screenplay for the third film in the Star Wars series, Star Wars Episode VI, Return of the Jedi. In 1984, he wrote Steven Spielberg's fantasy adventure film, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. In 1985, he served as the executive producer for films such as Latino and Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. That year, he also produced the TV show Star Wars Droids, The Adventures of R2-D2 and C-3PO, Ewoks, and Ewoks, The Battle for Endor. In 1986, he was the executive producer for Howard the Duck and Labyrinth. After 2 years, he was the executive producer for films such as Willow, Tucker, The Man and His Dream, Awakatsi, and The Land Before Time. In 1989, he co-wrote and produced Steven Spielberg's film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This was the third film in the Indiana Jones film series. In 2002, he wrote and directed Star Wars Episode II, Attack of the Clones, the fifth Star Wars film. In 2003, he co-created the Emmy Award-winning animated microseries Star Wars, Clone Wars, inspired by the Star Wars universe. In 2005, he wrote and directed the sixth film in the Star Wars film series, Star Wars Episode III, Revenge of the Sith. The film was a massive success at the box office. In 2008, he co-wrote the story for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. George Lucas is currently working as the executive producer for the fifth film of the famous Indiana Jones film series, slated for release in 2022.
So, I was also stepping away a little bit and turning things over to Kathy Kennedy.
According to estimates today, Lucas makes around $65 million from his investments and film endeavors from his fan-favorite Star Wars series. He has earned over $3.5 billion alone. As of 2021, George Lucas is estimated to be worth $10 billion. Just like the spellbinding universe of Star Wars, the Skywalker Ranch is George Lucas's paradise. The colossal property is tucked away in the rolling hills of Nicasio in Marin County, California. The ranch is located on Lucas Valley Road, and contrary to popular belief, it isn't named after George Lucas, but after John Lucas, a 19th century rancher who owned the land back in the day. The property spans 4,700 acres. Skywalker Ranch has 14 buildings, a vineyard, organic gardens, a bee colony, an olive tree grove, and a B&B. George Lucas recently expanded his beachfront property in a star-studded Carpinteria, California, with the purchase of a $28 million home right next door to the one he bought for $19.5 million in 2010. In his garage, you will likely find a Mosler MT900S, a 1974 Ferrari Dino, a 1967 Chevrolet Camaro, and a Fiat Bianchina. He also owns a Gulfstream G550 private jet.